Today is May 12th, 2022, and this is going to be the beginning instruction of the garden of Papa and Son. Papa is arranging the hose for the watering with his primitive watering system. And we're about to begin, but he's basically started doing something else. What are you watering now, Papa? Go over and show what's being watered. All right, what's this over here?
Good
Start.
morning. Look at me when I. Good morning. This is a baby magnolia. This is its second year. It survived winter. And this is two hydrangeas. They also survive, and that's why I'm pointing at them. This plant, I can't remember the name, but once every 3 years it gives you flower. And after it gives you the flower, a year after, it gives you babies. This is, I also can, at this time, I don't remember the name. That's also, they survive. They're beautiful plants, an African violet, something like that. This is oregano. It's been there for the past, 20 years. Comes back and forth and back and forth. When it gets a certain height and it starts giving flowers, just before the flowers develop, I cut it and dry it, and that's what gives us a dry oregano, good for tomato sauce. This is the same type of African violet. They are beautiful and different colors. This one is a cutting from the blueberries that I happen to have two. I removed one branch and I treat it properly, and all the signs that is going to live. I hope so. As you see all along the fence, there is grapes and raspberries growing together. Last year I had a bad year as far as raspberries, but grapes, it was unbelievable. Amazing, eh? At this time of the year, almost at the middle of May, and they are still sleepy. Here you can see a little bit is waking up. A little bit you can see life, but they're still sleepy.
Pa, let's go quickly. It's an introduction.
Okay.
I don't have 100.
This is two blueberry trees,
Yeah.
and this is my favorite. This is peonies, but this is not the ordinary peonies. This, they call them the classic peonies. They can hold themselves high, they don't need support, and they are beautiful. They are all red. This is Michael experiment. He wants to give a chance to tomatoes who didn't make it because of the weather, the cold, and he doesn't want to give up, and they're still showing sign of life.
What tomatoes are these? Where are they
This
from?
is tomatoes that, honestly speaking, some are corrugated, some are zebra, some are heirloom.
Where are these tomatoes from? They're your own
Oh, they are
seeds?
all my own seed.
Okay.
They are all my own seed.
Okay.
This is a garden, I will call it, that they beat all the odds. No matter how cold, how warm, they survive. Any weather, they survive. I have 4 rows of garlic. Look how nicely growing. And I have 4 rows of shallots. No, 5 rows of shallots and 2 rows of chives. And 2 rows of chives. All along the fence, there is different kind of flowers. Here we coming into, I used to call it, I'm still calling it, an igloo, because it really looks like an igloo.
What was this
That was
structure
Michael's
for?
idea. We plant all along 12 plants of a climbing
Cherry.
medium-sized tomatoes, the size of an egg, assuming that everything will grow all the way up. And in between, we put cucumbers. And in between, we put cucumbers, as you see here. Don't show this one. And you see here. This plant, this funny plant over there that grows like an octopus, that I don't remember the name.
Garlic chives.
Garlic chives, that's right. Michael was right. And is very wild, grows in the wild. So I'm trying to introduce to my garden. That's the second year. And believe me, I'm very much impressed. And next year, if I'm still around, I'm going to enlarge that idea.
If he's still around.
Yeah. Here you see growing strawberries. Strawberries. And on top, Here you remember I mentioned that igloo with the tomatoes all around. There is also cucumbers are going to climb in the same igloo. I'm going to add some rope gradually as the plant grow all the way up, and time will tell how successful we are. Now, here you won't see it because it's still small. It's all along the fence with a neighbor, with a mean neighbor.
Yeah.
I have 6 different in color of dahliot. Here you see. I won't take a chance, Michael. No, you're gonna fall and you're gonna do a lot of damage. Take a stick for balance. This is 6 different colors of dahliot I plant. They're still very small. And here I have also 5 different California poppies that they gives you flowers all year long. All year long. Okay, go outside, Michael. Go outside. Take a stick with you, I'm telling you. I don't want you to step on the earth. Here you see the really not only for me but also to give. That's one of my pleasure, that when people come they leave with a basket full of vegetables. This is 1 row of eggplants.
Purple eggplant, the Sicilian.
Yeah. And this is 2 rows of 3 different kinds of peppers. Long
Jalapeno, long chili,
yeah.
and cherry.
Yeah. And then let's go to the next section. 1 second. Then you have here. This is the lettuce. Just 1 foot wide by 8 feet. I duplicate the surface every 3 weeks. Every 3 weeks. So I will always have fresh lettuce. This is cilantro. This is cilantro. I do the same. I apply the same thing as the lettuce. And this is cresson. Cresson has a peppery taste that we put that in the salad. It's very delicious. You can eat it directly from the ground. Here and here and here were 3 different kinds of celery, celeria. You know the celery that looks like a carrot? Or
Yeah,
the
celery root.
Or the celery that is round like a watermelon.
Yeah.
But somehow they're very slow. And it's early. So I plant somewhere else to make sure I get it. Further back, as you see over there in the dark, you see my wild strawberries that they're always in the same spot. They survive winter. And let's see this year how they do. Last year I had a bad year. Okay, here we have we sit inside the house, we put that in a cups, and when they grow that size, we transplant them. This is kale, this is spinach, as you see, and this is the big radishes that is red at the bottom and white on top, or vice versa. I can't remember. This is again one of Michael's experiment with the tomatoes, with different kind of tomatoes, my own seeds that we had hard time because of the weather and not enough sun and cold. And this is again no kale, how you call that? Those like the same family as the kale. I can't remember the name. And here, this is something that is very much.
Here, go that way.
That
Papa, go in there.
This is something that is really. The tree is approximately, as I'm pointing at it, is at least 40, 45 years old, and it was rotten.
Why do you
already.
have the bucket on the bottom?
45 years old.
Why do you have a bucket?
1 second. 45 years old.
1 second.
4 years ago, 2 babies that started growing from the bottom, I kept them until they reach a certain height that I can cut the tree and give all the energy to the, and to make sure that I create new roots, I put a bucket with a lot of food, a lot of manure. And look at the flowers. As you see, this is going to be the first year that I'm going to get fruit from the tree. Look at the beautiful flowers. Every flower should represent a pear. I cut the top to concentrate more on the volume in the bottom, and that way the tree is well balanced. Okay, keep going. Here against this cabinet is just a clematis.
Who planted these morning glories right there?
This is morning glories. This is a plant
Who planted those?
that they survive. I saw them somewhere.
Who
I
planted
told
them?
Michael.
No,
So Michael had an idea and
Mommy.
he put them there.
it was Mummy who did it there.
Okay, so say that I was lying.
You were wrong. We're used to that.
Okay.
Under here?
Yeah, here. Okay, stop for a second.